let me come up to the present. You can't turn on your TV these days and not come across something called ancestry testing.
That's right. Yeah.
And here's the problem with ancestry testing. It presumes that once we have your DNA, we can look at something called ancestry informative markers. And these markers are more likely to occur, let's say, in group A, B, or C. All right. The problem with this methodology is that all of these tests are done privately and proprietarily. And the owners of this technology are not in the public realm. That is, they're not sharing their databases with others. And that's the sine qua non. I mean, that is the basic rule of science, that you need replication across different populations. Well, if Ancestry.com only has its own set of databases and they don't share it with other groups, how can you say that they're right or wrong? You can't.
Yeah.
Yet people send their DNA into these companies, and they come back with things like, well, you're 65% European, 18% you're Asian, and so forth. And the first thing you have to come to terms with is a basic rule of statistics. Once you say something is 65% of something else, you must have a notion of 100%.
Yeah.
Once you say someone is 65% European, you must have a concept of 100% European.
And you must know what that population is, because the derivative sample only has meaning in the context of the larger known population.
And there is no way, there's never been 100% pure anything. European, African, Asian, no such thing. And yet these companies use these markers, which are proprietary. They have no basis for replication across the scientific community.
And so essentially there's no peer review. I mean, this is pseudo-science, right?
There is no peer review. There's not even a sharing of the databases. So we don't know from one group to the next how and why they conclude one is, quote, 10% Asian. There's just no corroboration possible.
It seems to me that it has a lot of psychological commonalities with palm reading and horoscopes and things like that, in which, you provide data, but everyone projects their own meaning onto that.
Yes.
And a lot of people, they're searching for validity, or somehow they're searching for some resolution to an issue they have within their family history. There's a game-like quality to it as well, to see how many degrees of separation, like, I don't know, George W. Bush is from Barack Obama.
It may be game-like, but it's also serious business. My colleague Aaron Panofsky and his co-author have done research on this, and they've shown that a lot of white supremacists are taking these tests to try to demonstrate that they are, quote, 100%, quote, white. And when they get back, often detailed, quote, percentages, which, again, are not nonsensical, but which they're, quote, shown that they're, quote, 8% African ancestry. They, of course, reject the test. They dismiss it as wrong, or sometimes they go into an existential crisis.
But they're looking for a scientific validity for the racist beliefs.
Yes, that's what they're looking for.
I mean, that's what it's all about.